Good morning. I'm Karen Terradas with Social U, and it is time for What's Up Wednesday, where we come to you live every Wednesday to talk about social media, digital marketing tips, tricks, and trends. All this month, we're going to talk about things that we love, of course, in relation to Valentine's Day. This week, we're going to talk about resources we love. Next week, we're going to talk about apps we love. The week after, products we love. And then we're going to wrap it up with highlights for local businesses. So let's go ahead and get started. For the resources list, I tried to keep apps out of it because, of course, we're going to talk about apps at a later time and products at a later time. So I wanted to focus strictly on the resource itself. And I have quite a pretty good list. So let's go ahead and jump into that. And each resource does its own thing. So the number one, especially for us, if you have any kind of social media questions, if you want to know what's trending, if you want to know what's on topic, Social Media Examiner is amazing. It is our number one go-to resource. We use them for training. I listen to their podcast. I watch their YouTube channel. It is just amazing. It is one of our best resources for what we do. And they write it in language that's easy to understand. A lot of times I think companies try to make it confusing, so it's more difficult, but Social Media Examiner doesn't do that. So if you're looking for social media information and you haven't found it on my page, on my website, Social Media Examiner is a great resource. Number two is Answer the Public. Okay, Answer the Public is a very well-kept secret. It is a website. It is free. You can only use it one time per day. But if you use it correctly, one time per day is more than enough. You go in and type in 1 to 3 keywords of what the information you're looking for, and it gives you all the questions that the public has asked Google on that particular topic. So let's say you're using weddings. And you type in the word wedding, it will give you all the questions that pertain to wedding. And it looks like you can download it in a Excel spreadsheet, or you can download it as a PDF or an image. It looks like a flower, and each of the petals will say how, what, when, why, where, and then all the questions. When do I get started planning my wedding? When do I have my bachelorette party? When do I schedule to pick up my flowers? Whatever question has been asked, it will show up because Answer the Public taps into what people are asking Google, and 20% of the questions asked on the daily are unique. No one's ever asked them before. So if you want to know what information you need to post on social media or what your next blog topic needs to be, why not appeal to what the public is already looking for? That makes total sense. So if you use it correctly, seriously, you probably won't use it more than once a month because it's such an effective tool. Answer the Public. Outstanding. Okay. Number 3, Buffer and HubSpot. What are Buffer and HubSpot? They are basically software programs that promote inbound marketing. And inbound marketing is more content marketing, where the client comes to you instead of you interrupting. They come to you seeking, what's the best way to say this? Inbound marketing is really where the customer comes to you because you have value. You hold value for them in your content. Versus outbound marketing, where they may be a good fit and you interrupt their day to show them the material, and they may or may not go for it. So your turnover, your closing rate on inbound marketing is higher. So Buffer and HubSpot, they both offer analytics. They both help with content creation and scheduling. The main difference really and truly is price and app capabilities. While Buffer is the less expensive of the two options, HubSpot is by far it has the most features. It has the most capabilities. So that being said, for the price difference, I probably go with HubSpot. I am more familiar with that one, of course, but those are the two main ones I wanted you to know about. Okay, number 4, HootSuite. And HootSuite is a resource for multiple reasons, not the least of which is they have a great blog. They are also a great scheduling tool, and it allows you to see your information in a dashboard setting. And it's also free for a lot of users, unless you're an agency where you're focusing on multiple accounts or multiple platforms for a single account. You can pretty much do what you need to do for free. It will allow you to schedule up to 3 different platforms at no charge. It's a great tool for trying to organize Twitter and get your hands around Twitter, because that dashboard shows you what's going on, your direct messages, your mentions. It's just so much easier to use that way. So you have the blog resource, you have the scheduling resource, and Hootsuite also offers analytics for your social media. Not necessarily the website, but for your social media platforms. It sends you a report once weekly and tells you where you are. The downfall with Hootsuite is that it disconnects often and for no reason. So you periodically need to go in there and make sure that it's connected, but it's great for what it is. And if you decide you want to pay for analytics, again, it's a good analytics tool for social media. Okay, number 5, Google Analytics, which is the best analytics tool for your website. It tells you where your visitors are coming from, which is so helpful. 3 things that, and you can customize it and make it more your own, but 3 things that Google Analytics will tell you that you need. Number 1, it tells you where people are coming from, so you can focus your attention on that. Number 2, it tells you how they are getting there based on what keyword searches, based on what they're looking for, how they get to your website. And then, of course, it tells you how long they're spending on each page. If you have a very high bounce rate, it means that you need to work on the website. If people go to the website and they tap out quickly, something's broken, something is wrong. So that being said, Google Analytics is great and it's free. You really can't beat free. Number 6, Grammarly. I love Grammarly. It is a tool that you install directly into your Chrome browser, and it checks grammar and spelling on everything you write. Okay, in this day and age, there is no excuse ever really for a typo. Now, of course, everybody makes mistakes. We make mistakes. And when we do make mistakes, that's the day that the client checks and goes, oh yeah, that's misspelled. Without fail, it happens every time. And we may not have made a mistake for a client for 2 years. But I'm telling you, if we make a mistake, that's when they go look at it. So Grammarly is just a great tool. Of course, it's free. And it gives you suggestions on sentence structure as well. Not always spot on, but their spelling and just overall grammar suggestions are excellent. And you can't beat it. Yes, there's a paid version, but I use the free version. I think the free version is very robust. Okie doke. Number 7, hashtags. Hashtags are a resource that are available to you for free. You can literally use them on any platform now. You can use them on LinkedIn. You can use them on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Twitter and Instagram. If you don't use them, you are missing the boat entirely, because that's how people find you on Instagram and Twitter, is through those hashtags. You must check them to make sure they are working for you. We checked a page yesterday in the office, and it was a major brand. And they were consistently using the weirdest hashtag. No consistency, but they were putting kind of similar hashtags every day, but those hashtags led to nowhere. They had billions of uses, which is great for broad hashtags, but they didn't have any that were specific to them, where people could actually find them based on the hashtags they were using. It was so random. And most businesses don't take the time to check their hashtags, but you must. Now, you don't need a lot of them on Pinterest or LinkedIn or Facebook, but a couple are okay. But you got to have them on LinkedIn and, on Twitter and Instagram. Okay, number 8, Google My Business. Again, it's a Google tool. It's free. This is one of the best ways for you to move yourself up the page in Google. If you're struggling to rank, if you're not coming up on page 1, focus on Google My Business. Yes, this is a service that we offer. I have an awesome SEO guy that does this for us. Love him to pieces. He's great at it. He goes in there and optimizes your Google My Business and monitors it. It's like a 3-month process if that's something that you're not interested in doing, but you absolutely can do it on your own if you want to. And it's free. And for folks like plumbers or heating and air, where you can't really take pictures of what you do all day, or what you do all day is not fun to look like. Heating and air is not a fun thing to post on Instagram. So if you want great SEO, Google My Business is awesome. You get people to post Google reviews. You get folks to you can watch yourself move up the page, and it's very simple. You verify the information and you monitor the account, and it helps tremendously. Okay, number 9, and I know you've heard this, I'm gonna say it again, Canva is an awesome tool, and apparently Canva's decided they're gonna take over the world because in the last year, they have added so many new features, I can barely keep up. They are literally adding, upwards of 5 to 6 new features a month, which is unheard of, especially for stuff that's free. Now, yes, you can have a free account, but this is be one of those few times I will tell you don't do it. Pay for your Canva account. Why? Why would you pay for your Canva account? Because I think it's $12 or $14 a month, and you get access to everything. They have teamed up with Unsplash and Pixabay, and you have all of these great images, and you have it's so worth it. Yes. D Park says, love me some Canva, 100%. And Pro is she's absolutely correct. Pro is 100% worth it because you're going to get all the great features, all the great tools and things that you need. Their brand kit feature is one of the neatest things they do. And with a pro account, you can have multiple brand kits listed inside your account without, without having to pay for it because you pay for the account. You also have the ability to remove backgrounds. You have a larger access to the library. You have access to their video library, which if you haven't heard me say video in the last 5 minutes, where have you been? Because video is critical now. And you can actually put your text on top of their background videos. It's a very cool feature. So I love Canva. I highly recommend it. Even a year ago, it couldn't compete with some of the other apps, and now it's blowing everybody away. So if you thought that you weren't sure if you liked it before, check on it now because you'll love it now. Number 10, MailChimp. Email is huge. Email is still one of the best tools available because you go from renting on social media to owning when you get the email. And when you communicate consistently through email, it generates income. The statistics for email is something like $1 you generate $1 for every email that you have per month. So if you have 300 emails, roughly you'll make $300 a month off your email list. It's amazing. What if you have 1,000 emails? The opportunity really is truly endless. And MailChimp is free up to 2,000 emails. You can't beat that. Very user-friendly. They now integrate directly with Eventbrite and Facebook. So you can streamline. It's very simple. I love MailChimp. I still love MailChimp. You have other options. There's BombBomb and there's iContact. I don't like Constant Contact either at all. I have dealt with their customer service, and I'll take MailChimp 100% every single time. I heard so many people pay to switch to another platform. You can pay to use MailChimp. I like it because we can monitor and use multiple accounts. They simply add us as an admin, so I can go into my administrative and pick the account I'm going to work with and then do that. And it's so easy for templates. Constant Contact's customer service is so lacking to me. I have had just a much better experience with MailChimp, but again, that's my personal opinion. So Cassandra, if you want to, check them out and tell me what you think. I'd love to get your feedback, but yeah, I still like MailChimp, still a MailChimp fan. And yeah, they integrate with Canva as well. So again, MailChimp is it's gotten a lot more robust in the last year. So if you haven't tried it in the last little bit, you may want to check it out. Okay, resource number 11, YouTube. Yes. I say all the time, video, but I'm talking about YouTube as a resource for you versus a platform for you to use. Cassandra says, okay, well, I'll go back. Yes, please go back and check out MailChimp again and Canva. If you haven't checked it out in the last year, you will be blown away by the new features that they've added. Okay, so back to resources. Now there's Udemy and TED Talks and Teachable and Skillshare. There's all these platforms where you can learn stuff. Google has its own academy online that's free. You can learn almost anything, and I mean anything, on YouTube if you just take a little time and kind of scroll through there and look and see what's available. It is a killer resource. You want to know what people in your industry are asking so you can generate your own content? Go look on YouTube. It is its own search engine. If you search something in a Google search and you have the options, it'll have images and news. Look at the videos. See what people are looking at. It's a great way to find out what's happening, and it's a great way to teach yourself what you need. I moved recently and we have I have a new washing machine. What did I read the 2 million page handbook? I did not. I got on YouTube and found a video, and in 2 minutes I knew exactly what I needed to know, the answer to my question, instead of having the book was horrible. Video, a breeze. Love video to use that to learn new things. Or building a camper using YouTube. You can now you can do anything. Seriously, you can do anything. One of my favorite TikTok accounts is a woman who is remodeling her entire house before her husband, who's in the army, comes home, and she's got like a month left, and she's putting all of these things on YouTube. It's amazing, amazing. So yes, you can learn anything on YouTube. Love it as a resource. Okay, number 12, Asana. Now, we do use Trello for project management, for passwords, and for assignments and stuff like that for our team. But when we integrate or talk to clients, Asana is the program we use. Why do we use Asana? And what Asana versus Slack? It's a project management software. What's the difference? I will tell you that Slack is more for communication. It's like texting. But Asana is more robust. So you can have a client in Asana. So let's say we are posting, and I'll use Dee as my example since she's been talking to me today. So if Dee wants to pay us to whatever project we're working on, let's say we are doing her social media management and she wants to pre-approve those before they post, I can go into Asana and create a board for the week or for the month. I can put all of the graphics in there. I can put notes in there. I can add captions in there. I can write notes to her. And then at her convenience, she can go into Asana and go, oh, I like this one, and write me a note. Love this graphic. I don't love this caption, or I love this caption. This graphic is, and it shows you all the notes. It shows you the edits. So it's very easy to go back and forth in your own time. And there's no email chain where you have to go back and forth on email, and you could have multiple people on a single board work on a single project, which is great if you have more than one person who needs to see the information. So and again, Asana, there's a free version. It's a very robust free version. Yes, you can swap over to paid, but free, you can get a lot done on the free version of Asana. Okay, number 13, Zoom and Streamyard. We're still kind of pandemicking, and people still don't want to necessarily, especially with this new outbreak where everybody's been sick, and it seems like everybody's been sick in the last 2 weeks. People are kind of locking down a little bit and being more cautious about their face-to-face meetings. That being said, Zoom is an excellent tool. I love Streamyard. That's what we use for our lives because it allows me to go in and show comments just like this. You see that's branded in our color. Streamyard also allows me to, if I want to display my name, I can display my name. I can display my logo in the upper corner up here. I don't have to because I have all this branded stuff behind me. Can you guys see all the stuff behind me? There you go. I love it. You just can't get that on any other platform. And it's excellent for interviews or podcasts because you can download the audio and the video separately. But I can stream live to multiple platforms, YouTube and Facebook at the same time. And I can see when you, and again, let me use D as an example. Can I spell it? StreamYard? Oh, I can do better than that. Hold on, D. I'll show you one of the capabilities that StreamYard has. They have something called a banner, and you can put any wording, like I could put my URL or whatever information I want. And it's so easy. I can do it while I am talking to you. Quick, fast. Very simple. StreamYard.com. Love it. I actually teach StreamYard and I teach Zoom, but it's awesome, especially if you're going to interview. It's great for live. It's great for streaming to multiple platforms. There's limits, of course. Everything has limits, but I love it. StreamYard, there's a free version, but if you get the free version, it of course comes with their own branding. So if you get the free version, you're going to get their little logo, which is the duck in the upper corner. So I think it's not expensive. It's like 10-ish, 11-ish dollars maybe, worth it for me for branding. I mean, look at what we do. Branding is very critical to me. So I'll cheerfully, and it may not even be that much. It's minimal. So if it's something that you're interested in doing, I would highly recommend it. Let me go back to my comments. So yes, there is a free version. but I would pay just so you can have the branding options. And again, we have multiple clients. So I have folders and files in StreamYard with their branding that's already been preset. And we also have the ability, like I could go virtual, I have virtual back, all that same stuff that's in Zoom. The difference between StreamYard and Zoom is more for virtual. Now you could do virtual meetings in StreamYard. However, Zoom is more for a virtual meeting, and StreamYard is more for interviewing and live. And they have really good quality sound for podcast stuff. So yeah, you have to be able to have virtual tools. And I'm not knocking Zoom. Zoom serves its purpose. I train on Zoom all the time. They are great about having co-hosts. It's very easy to chat back and forth with each other. There's a chat feature. Of course, you can record everything. But if you're going to go live, StreamYard is just the way to go. Okay, number 14, it's my last one, QuickBooks. If you're a business, you need to have some sort of financial software that you use to keep up with your stuff. Especially if you want to be taken seriously. It's weird in this day and age that's digital for you to send out just a weird word invoice. It's weird. And people want convenience. They want to be able to click the button and pay. And you can do all that through Intuit QuickBooks, and I love it. And if you have the online feature, it automatically updates. It's like $14 a month. And there's also a tool called Self-Employed that I will get into when we do apps, because it's one of the coolest apps ever. It's an Intuit app for small business owners. So yeah, financially, and I just love it because Intuit. Now there's other programs, 17 Hats. Yeah, there's others. I've tried several. I like QuickBooks. I can set up, because we have monthly clients, I can set them up so the invoices automatically go out. You can pay any way you want to. It's very easy for the customer. It's easy for me. I can see if they've looked at the invoice, which I love. So yeah, that's it. Those are my 15. There were 15, right? 14. I was so close. The 14 resources for small business owners. I will be back next week. We are going to talk about apps that we love. So many apps. Oh, here we have a new question. Do you have any insight on the Facebook Live audio rooms and groups? It's relatively new. I have not experimented with Facebook Live audio yet. I think this is their version of trying to compete with Clubhouse, which was just terrible. I mean, I'm not a Clubhouse fan at all. It's like podcast meets Twitter. It is just a very look at me, and the loudest person gets the most attention. It's very odd. Jamie, I love the question. Let me do a little digging and I will be able to answer that question better for you probably in about a week. I need to play with it first. I hate to make recommendations until I can kind of put my hands in it and see how it works. And I am so anti-Clubhouse. I have not purposefully not experimented with the audio and groups because Clubhouse. So yeah, you can see my bias is influencing my opinion. That is it for me today. If you guys have questions, let me know. I will be back next week with apps. The third week, we're going to talk about products that we love. I will include in our products that we love our recommendations for sound and lighting and selfies and video. All of that will be included in our products. And then I want to do a small business highlight for local businesses the last week of the month. There are so many amazing local businesses. There are so many amazing female-owned local businesses, which I am all about. So let's highlight some of them so everybody can know about them. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I do monitor the comments. You can always send me a direct message. And if not, I'm just a text or an email away. I'm sadly super accessible. Oh, thank you, Dee. I appreciate that. I'm still working on putting together a Canva training. I had an overwhelming response last week. Everybody wants Canva training, and there's so many new features. So yeah, absolutely. I'm looking at doing some Canva training. Hey, Madison. Hi. Madison's here. Okay, guys, that's it for me. I will be back next week with apps. And until then, thanks, Jamie. I appreciate it. Thanks. Until then, I'm Karen Terradas with Social You, and I'm here to help.